Shout out to Papa Boy for recommending a new program. It was a little difficult for me to use because I could not use audio on my other computer. I could not use there's another thing I couldn't use, face cam. So I wasn't actually able to make a video on this, but I was able to make a collaboration of every single battle of the week that I could put onto one tab. So you're going to be starting off with Gregulator versus Narf Vader. And this game, before we start, I just want to say it's a little bit of a haxy game, but let's just start the video. This should be, let's just kind of show you a little bit. So yeah, it starts off immediately with some hacks, like knockoff miss. And he ball switches on the Licky, and he goes into the Metagross. And it's just, honestly, this game, yeah, you'll start to see a little bit why. But here, I just want to the Rocks is a pretty, it's pretty helpful versus this team, I guess, because of the Dragonite, and he's gonna have to probably switch out later. Even though he has Roost, he's gonna be able to get Toxic. So yeah. And the rocks on this side though aren't like fantastic, but he doesn't have removal. Like so, yeah. But he can just have he could have Narth remove. So I think that was a good game plan, just not to bring removal. I don't think Narth has a spinner, and I think that's just good prep. This is kind of like a stally game, so I'm going on fast. I do that in a lot of these games actually, just because I don't want to spend too much time on them. And this is like a stall game. I just don't think Narth really prepped for stall in this game. That's my honest opinion. And I don't think it was like I don't think Greg was even trying to like hard stall here. I don't know. I think a little bit of it was trying to do that. I think, yeah, I would say it was. I guess. But I just don't think Narth prepped well for this game. I think Greg prepped pretty well. Yeah, but it's just because he didn't prep for stall, and you can see that. I mean, it's just Momoa just works his team. He's just wish passing him to Gardevoir, and there's no way for him to stop it. And he just keeps doing it, and he's just playing around with that same temp tactic, and it's just destroying his team. And it was just something, I guess, that Narth overlooked in prep, and it's just a dominant performance by Greg, in a way. I'm not sure if, I want to say that's not like the premier performance of the week, I don't think. But it was a good performance. I would say that I would put like Greg around like 7th, because it was a little bit haxy, and that's the only reason I would do that. Because I think he would belong probably a little bit higher. I don't know if the hacks mattered much. It probably didn't, because he had a Cleric, and it's a lot. But yeah, I just don't think Narth really prepped for the type of team that he was bringing. And that being said, I think Narth should be ranked around 13 or so. Yeah, I think that's a fair placement. Yeah, and I probably left a little bit of extra time on this video, just so I could probably talk a little bit. But okay, so now this is Illusion, or II. It's II. They both they confuse me a little bit. And then Rob Jr. Yeah, this is another really solid game. I think, but almost all these games in Make a Beedrill are really solid games. And they could go whatever way you want them to go. So it's going to be tougher to judge where the teams belong. It's going to be more subjective, I think, than with other leagues, and other leagues are still subjective. But I think these teams are really hard to judge. And if you're watching this game, there's nothing like there's not a lot of misplays in this game. It's just kind of a clean game. But you can notice there's a lack of recovery in all these mons, except for Malitic and or Malitic and the Valpalm. So yeah, I mean you can kind of tell right there that he just needs to get into a position that Malitic can wall out the rest of the other of Rob Jr.'s team, and he could be in a good position to win. Uh, this play here, I was trying to figure out later on if this was a good play, because Malitic already had status. So I got to see if he thought Alakazam was going to go in, which makes a little bit of sense. It was good. So I'm checking that out. Like I was checking that out at the moment, just because I overlooked that when I was first doing the PRs, and I actually did think it was a good play. So yeah, that wasn't a misplay. Um, I think it was a good play for Zam. That it covered Zam really well. Um, Now it probably wasn't like the safest play, um, but it was a good play. I think Bronzong might have been the safest play. But yeah, I'm skipping a few turns. It's like, uh, I don't have enough time to show every little clip of the games. So I don't know why exactly he stayed in the hill, like even if he thought he killed. Uh, yeah, I just don't think that was the best move. So yeah, it's just gonna be Malitic walls things out, and it's just recovery beats non-recovery. It was a relatively interesting game. I think I should be ranked on 6, Rob Jr. on ninth. It was just about recovery, in my opinion. Oh, this is better. This is much better. Um, okay, so now we got it in a good spot. But yeah, I think it was just lack of recovery on both teams, and I just had a good game plan. I think maybe that was his idea, is to get Malitic winning the whole time. I6, Rob ninth. I think it was a really good game. And it's really hard to judge a game, when there's so little wrong with it. Um, Now, this is a game for you guys. You'll see something a little bit wrong with it this time. Okay, I was close to putting some comments into this game and all that, because there's a little bit wrong with it. So here it's a lead Mega Glide and a stupid here goes Mew. This is a little bit weird. It's like what? Like it just. I mean, like that he stayed in and just drain punch, because yeah, Mew's gonna tank that for days, especially if his spread wasn't anything to do more than 8 to it. I don't know what he was. So now, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why would you switch in Tapu Boo hard on Scald? Well, to be fair, you don't have much of a Scald switch in, do you? Okay, so I don't like that. That starts off the game like what? Yeah, and I'm just like, why does he risk that? Why would you risk that? That makes no sense. um, Now what the fuck again, right? EOC SD's on when the Talonflame's still alive. What the fuck? That makes no sense. No sense. Okay. This is like Turquez. The neck on. Okay. So he's gonna bulk up on his Gale. Okay. Yeah, that was okay. That was okay. But now where he gets up his rocks. He's probably going to go out of Mew again, and he ice punches, and that's not going to do anything. So I don't know why he did that either. My God, but like, yeah, there you go, there you go. Finally, right? Okay, okay. Here's another part. Yay! He SDs again! What the fuck? What the fuck? He has a Talonflame and he just SDs on his boo. This man is a genius. Unless, of course, maybe he had enough to live. But either way. And then, he's got SD on his bull again. But this time Talon's dead, so that's fine. And he risks another skull burn, but that's fine as well because he was getting his SD up, and now he predicts the Shaman. So good for him. But he also had the Hydreigon, and it was a really easy predict, in my opinion. So then he goes in Cobalion. Don't necessarily see why, but I mean, there was no Flamethrower switch in general, so I'm not going to really say that there was a bad play. And yeah, this is just a win for Jack. I thought this game was pretty shitty. Why did I quick escape? There we go. That worked better. Yeah, Turkish Boo set was actually pretty good though in the game. It's some interesting bulkier Pokemon. But I don't think either were too good in this game. Jack looked kind of average, I thought. Average in like a Mega Beedrill kind of ish way, but he didn't make any major mistakes. Turk played really strangely, but he had some cool prep, I guess. I think Turk is as low as 15, maybe. I think that's a fitting spot for Turk, and I think Jack probably should be about 10. Okay. I was handling some stuff. Oh, this is John W versus Dillon. One of probably the best games you're gonna see. I'm probably gonna fuck up my screen a couple times here. Um, this is a great game. Um, and there's some weird things about it that I thought were weird and bad, but then I looked at them a second time and I kind of understood them a little bit. Yeah, I'm just adjusting my screen a little bit. I'm just trying to figure out how to show the worst name in this video, but it's still war. Okay, it's still war. So yeah, this isn't a lot of mistakes. There's not a lot of mistakes in this game. Um, yeah, this is a little bit of a weird one, but I understand it. It's just kind of a free turn if you expect an ice beam into his skull. This is where I was a little skeptical. I'm probably gonna pause it. Yeah, because I didn't know why he would do that. He goes into the ice beam on scissors. That makes a little bit of okay. He U-turns, and why does he go into Kang on a skull? And this is where you know something's weird, right? This is where you know John W is not a bad player, so he's not physical, and he just doesn't really have anything. He's toxic wish protect. He's not like an offensive Mega Kang. So now that finally makes sense. Okay? So I was happy about that he actually had a good reasoning behind that play. That he wasn't just sending Mega Kangaskhan in on potential burns, which would have been retarded. So, Don W actually caught me off guard there. And I think, as when I was analyzing this, I think he beat me. So, props to him. I thought that was kind of bad though. The subbing on this Excadrill. It's just a lot of This was just a really solid game. Otherwise, you can't really find something too wrong. There's even a really great play later on in this game that kills off Kangaskhan Mega when he goes for that wish, which is it's really good on Dilwar, but there is a little unfortunate event that happens with Dilwar in this game. Yeah, and it's a little bit funny actually how this game ends up going. And other people probably would. I mean, like it's just kind of amusing, honestly. It's the most amusing outcome you could possibly have. Um, yeah, this game is it's a fun game. Yeah, there we go. He goes red and Giga lets on protect after he wishes, and that was one of the best plays of the game because he just protects and he just get killed at right there. Didn't even have to attack this motherfucker. Um, it's kind of just. I almost would argue it's disrespectful to do that. But okay, so basically, this game is just John W gets control of the weather. Deal war under prep for Vitrabel. Torkoal beats Gigalet. Torkoal and Vitrabel beat, one on one Sand. Vitrabel beats it. So, yeah, this is kind of a GG. And Dilwar didn't choke, in my opinion. I question his prep. Zard X looks pretty good. He did not prep well for Richard Bell. You see, he had no switch-ins to it. And that really was what cost him the game. I think Dilwar is around 8th, maybe, and John W is around number 2. So yeah, I thought John W did pretty well in this game. I hope that both of them do pretty well in the future. It ended up 0-0. It was a great game. Really enjoyed it. And this is my next game I'm going to show you guys, and this is probably the most cringy game of the week. I watched this one live, and yeah, oh boy, my man Hiker Toad. Yeah, I could have played him if I would have stayed in OLT, and yeah, I just didn't want to play somebody from that thing, and it wasn't Hiker, and it wasn't because I was actually really afraid to lose to them. It was just a lose-lose game. First off, I actually, you could say that's Johnny. I mean, it is. I mean, or ducking. That is ducking. That's what it is. I just didn't want to play them because if I lost to them, I'd be getting so much shit, and if I beat them, it'd be nothing, and they were getting better. So it was like, I don't want to play, and they're annoying as fuck. And also, so Sylveon is an unknown, and Talonflames. You need to get rid of that. You need to get rid of it because it's shit. Okay, Sylveon is the biggest unknown on the face of the planet. It gets 1v1 by this weekend, first off. And it's just trash, okay? It's just fucking trash. Just get rid of this mon. It's your worst mon on your team. I would never draft a Sylveon. Even if it was the only fairy left, I would rather have no fairy. It's honestly, I hate it that much. It's not even just that I think it's outclassed by Fortress. I actually don't like the mon either. I think its value is garbage, even though it's not even worth having a fairy. It's worth, you might as well just get bronzer and some other steel that works well together. For real. And also he left that like a mark in, which I don't think was necessarily the smarter play, but all right. Maybe he thought he'd go for middle ground, like HP grass or something. But he's getting SD on this Bisharp with the Weavile still there, and I thought that was a really bad play again. And John just keeps doing that. He's playing like Turk, Turk and Lejon are interchangeable. They are last. Okay, they are last. He's gonna do it again, isn't he? Yeah, look, SD, baby, SD. Okay, I honestly think Turk probably played worse this week. Turk is 16. Turk is 16. Okay, Turk played like ass. Honestly, this week, like, no offense, but I really, you're still up there. Okay, you're still in Mega Beedrill, so you know more than I do. But this week was not Turk's week. This week was not John's week. They both look like garbage. Okay, I'm just stating facts because you can't argue that either one of them look good. If you do, you're just lying. And Hiker dominated the game, made some real plays. Like the scarf plays. It was an L. It's an L. Bronson got this. It's an L. So yeah, in my opinion, Hiker just completely dominated this game. And yeah, that's all I thought about really that. And yeah, I thought it was a good matchup for him, but he dominated me some real good plays. They deserved that. So at first, like in this game, I was wondering like why doesn't Techno have a Manaphy switch? And then he starts doing other weird stuff. Like he starts setting hazards on like his Manaphy like every single time he can possibly do that. I'm like, that's not necessarily the best thing to set hazards on, dude. Um, okay, that's what I was a little bit like. What? I don't get you, dude, and especially there because he would have died to like surf. Why would you do that? Or why wouldn't you switch? Why would you risk not having rocks the entire game? Like, dude, like I was a little bit like that. But it kind of understands. I kind of understand it because it to give him some incentive to. He did have some incentive to do that, and you'll see that later on. Just because he has pretty good cleaners, so he kind of needs those blades to make his win con work. And Jake doesn't have very much recovery on his team, so it's not too big of a deal. And that was one of his only forms, so that's huge in this game. Jake actually looks pretty good in this game, but you're just going to see that Techno actually ends up winning this game. And there is some decent mistakes that Jake does make, and like one of them is just, dude, knockoff is a move. And he's just gonna keep setting up here, and he's not gonna recognize this thing gets knockoff, dude. Don't recycle there. Yeah, okay. Now I don't blame Jake. I think this is a good game. Um, But yeah, the hazards just opened it up for Heliolisk to be dominant with whatever it was. I think it was Scarf. I'm not sure. It probably was for like Manaphy, but I don't know. What do I know? And then yeah, so you just had good cleaning options. You had some good fast threats. So like I thought it was an okay. It was okay for him to get those hazards in risky ways. I'd say Techno's about 5 because I don't know about the plays he made still, and I think Jake maybe about 11. But like again, these games are all really close, except for like Turk and Lejean, like really bad. And then I think there might be another one that had somebody looking pretty freaking bad. Um, I know the next one. We're gonna have TCTML in that one. Yeah, against yeah, Florida Squirtle Squad Squirtle. And yeah, this is gonna be a pretty good game, I guess. This is gonna be one of the more I think more clear ones, like why he won. No, and I think in this game, Squirtle really appreciates the U-turn. Would have really appreciated U-turn on his Mega Scissor, and you're going to see that a couple times. Like he could have easily had some good momentum, and you're going to see TCTML having decent momentum. But this is a really good prep. I think the Air Balloon Ember. It was lit brain, and it puts in some work on Mandy. I think because it doesn't allow it to get recovery. First off, either at least the way TCTML used it. And I think TCTML though just has switch-ins to like every mon, and Yoel's recovery options aren't fantastic, so that makes it a little bit easy for him. And you're gonna keep seeing like the same kind of trends. He's gonna have to give up his Mandy to this Embor, and that was really cool. I think the bring. But now he doesn't really have a Mammoth Financier. and that's an issue for him. Other than maybe make a scissor, but then you could be carrying him by fire or something. Um, and it's just ultimately just like I have switch-ins to everything. You don't have a way of getting momentum. I win. Okay, that's what it is. Almost like for TCTML, he has switch-ins to everything. He can abuse his breakers. There's no real way that Squirtle can actually break through his team. He doesn't really have a reliable breaker, and Mammothswine is just a monster against this shit. And that just creates a situation where you really can't see Squirtle winning. Because there's no way he wins. It just doesn't make sense. It's just illogical to say that he wins this game. Because he wins. I mean, this guy TCTML has pretty much wins in every aspect. Like he can't break you, and you can break him. That's called winning the game. That's it. That's the end of the game. That's all the game really needed. And to me, that just shows that the prep was much better by TCTML. TCMTL. And yeah, he does have this, and that is able to do something, but it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. Okay, and he could have timed that better, probably, maybe done something. But even then, I actually don't think he would have, because Skepta is always there to outspeed, and revenge it. But he could have possibly put things in range. I honestly think that this was just a dominant performance. TCTML should be ranked around third. I thought maybe, and Squirtle maybe around 12th. So this is I actually I prepped with Justin against Illusion, and yeah, I got killed honestly. Well, I mocked him. It wasn't competitive because I just didn't bring any switches to Iron Black at all, like Ice Beam. So yeah, but I think there's some things Illusion should have taken out of the book, like that. I brought actually a similar team, other than I didn't have Mimikyu. So I had the knockoff too. I thought it was a really good bring. Honestly, he plays pretty well getting in Manectric. As he plays obviously, pretty well. He does toxic here. That was expected. And he's gonna go into the Keldeo, and that's gonna easily put in some work. As he goes Calm Mind, and the Earthquake that he's gonna do is gonna do 0, which is pretty cool. There's one thing I don't like in the next few turns, but I think it's forgivable, very forgivable, because it doesn't matter too much. That is, he doesn't have Hidden Power Flying, he has Icy Wind. Okay, whatever, right? I think that's just, you can justify that. It's harder to switch in with an Icy Wind into anything like Salazzle or something like that, and then you don't have to take extra damage, and I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm okay with that bring by Justin. I think this, you can justify it still. So he did have to take a little bit of extra damage for running it, though. So I think maybe having both would have been an okay thing. I think this was a good sack right here, Gligar. I honestly think that he just doesn't use differential the best, Justin. If anything, that was his main problem. He could have won this game by more, in my opinion. If he would have just played differently around the way, he played safe, which is okay. I don't know why Mr. Ocean there keeps that Salazzle in on that. You're going to see. He goes for one Fire Blast. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. He got some extra chip on it, but why would he go for the second? Honestly, like, if you had like an Adrenaline Orb Salazzle in this game, I could have put in some serious work in the rest of the game. I actually did bring an Adrenaline Orb Salazzle against Justin in my mock, so I thought that was a really good bring, and it really, I think it was. It did so much work. If he actually got it, I don't know if I even revealed it in my mock, or if I even gave him my team, but yeah, I had it. I thought it was a good bring. Yeah, so Kyron Black is just a dominating force in this game. Mimikyu does force it to have to Iron Head and lock itself in. I know he's Scarf. That's what he mauled me with in the game, obviously. And yeah, this game is just pretty dominant. I say I put Justin around 4th at the end of this game. He has some tech later on. Yeah, that Giga Drain right there. He wasn't really in danger. And I think Illusion, he didn't even play that bad. I think it was a bad matchup for him. But I'm gonna give him 14 just because there wasn't really many bad performances this week. I thought the Mega Beedrill division looked really solid. And it is really solid. So I think it's pretty clear. So if I'm gonna go back down the list, well, my list is out of order, so it's gonna be a little bit annoying for me to do that. But anyways, that's my ranking. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Because I put a little bit of extra time into it. I had to make 2 different videos. I had to make a Google Sheet and my Google Slides. I had to record the audio over another video over a newly downloaded way of recording. That North and Papa Boy both helped me to obtain. So I appreciate that. They're really cool. We'll be back probably with the Weedle, like later, either today or this week or something. And hopefully we can get more honey. I'm kind of a honey machine, and I'm getting some criticism, I guess. But I honestly could care less. I put time into my videos. I put a lot of time into this video. Actually, I put like 2 hours into it. So, take that as you will. It might not look as professional as some other videos. And it probably isn't. I'm not very good at technology. I don't edit very well. I'm trying to get better at this stuff. So yeah, I just hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll be back with the next one.